Welcome back everyone to Mona's Take. I am your host Mona Rose and we are here to talk about everything reality TV. Tonight's episode is going to be on Big Brother live feeds. I don't even know what night it is, maybe 40, 41. Don't have a clue. This is a spoiler alert. If you do not want any spoilers, go ahead and back out now and come back and watch after Wednesday night's show. We are going to have the nominees, we're going to have the veto, we're going to have the veto winner, and all of that kind of stuff. So if you want to back out now, just come back and watch after Wednesday night's show. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything I have coming up. So let's get right into it. People are acting on a whole nother level on that. Can't wait to see that karma train coming through. Choo-choo. Mood of the day. Really? You gotta give us more credit than that. Some people, buckle up, buttercup. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Okay, as we saw on Sunday night's show, Cam had a very good time with the nomination ceremony. I think, as much as I hate Cam, hate's a strong word, but as much as I dislike Cameron and his condescending attitude, that was a good episode. That was, everybody thought they knew what was going to happen, and none of them were correct. Miss Felicia, when she took that tooth out so she could eat that pie that was coming to her face, and then she realized that that wasn't going to happen, she picked it up and shoved it back in and got the mad face on. She knew. She knew at that point that she was getting ready to be nominated. They pissed Cam off when they sent out Red, and they lit a fire under him that was already lit. They just stroked the flames. So now everybody is scared. Alright, so the veto players were Cam, the head of household, the two nominees, Felicia and Izzy, and then Jag, Matt, and Jared. Pretty good mix-up for the POV. Alright, so we couldn't really tell what the veto ceremony was. Normally we can tell when they come back in the house. The only thing that we were able to tell was that everybody either got a reward or punishment. Now, there's only a few things that they've done that with, and it kind of sounded to me like it may have been the ballerina one where they have to spin and then roll the bowling ball to get the pins down. That's what it sounded like to me, but I can't be 100% sure on that. They're very vague about it this year. So we have a veto winner. And that veto winner is Jared. Sorry guys, my allergies are killing me. My eyes are itching like crazy. Anyway, anywho. So Jared is our veto winner this week. It sounds like, from what I could gather, Jared got the veto. And it was one where you could swap out the prizes. And I'm guessing that Miss Felicia had the veto at the time, and Jared took it from her. And then Matt went after Jared and decided to pick what he thought was a reward over the veto because Jared already had the veto. That's how it sounds like it played out. So Jared got the veto. He's saying that he's going to keep noms the same. But he hasn't talked to Cam yet, so we don't know what's going to go on with that. So Jared got the veto. Jag got $5,000. Of course, I start yawning as soon as I start this. Sorry, guys. Jared got the veto. Jag got $5,000. Cameron got a trip to Europe, which it sounds like he took away from Jared, because Jared was kind of salty that he didn't. I don't know. Jared was upset because he didn't get the vacation. And Blue told him, don't worry about it. I'll take you wherever you want to go when we get out of here. I was like, oh, okay. Well, he's still in there telling his girlfriend on the live feeds how much he loves her while he's banging Blue. Unless they had an arrangement when he went in there. I doubt very seriously that Miss Kinsey is waiting on the outside for him, because I wouldn't be, just saying. Anyway, back to Big Brother. Matt, he got to hang out with Josh Dunamill. He is the new host of the Buddy Games that's supposed to be coming out on CBS this week. He's a American actor. So Matt thought that he was going to get to hang out with Josh. So he picked that, I think, over the veto, thinking that it was a reward. He thought maybe he'd get to go outside the house and hang out with a guy or something like that. Felicia got tandem kayak costume, and she had to pick someone to do it with her. They are going to be tied together for 48 hours. And she picked Miss Cerie. Now, this costume was hilarious. It was a canoe that they had cut out the bottom of. It had straps, so they stepped into the canoe where they would sit. They pulled the straps up over their shoulders, one in front of the other. They had their paddles, they had their life jackets, their little ski suit, whatever, helmets, the whole 9 yards. So that was their punishment for 48 hours. Izzy got to be in a pig costume. And I believe that's for the week, because they are still in the pig costume. And when I say they, it's because she got to pick someone to do it with her. And she picked Cameron. They had to go out into the backyard, and there was a big box of dirt. They had cups, and they had to move 2,000 cups into this other box, wet it down to make it mud, and then they had to roll around in it. So they are still in their pig costumes. It's a pig onesie is what it is. But Cameron wasn't too happy that he had to do it. And Izzy was just giddy that she made him do it. And it shows Izzy after the nominations. She's up in the have-not room. And she's laying in the swing bed. And she's coming up with words in case the competition for the veto on Friday was the one where you have to find the letters to the words and spell out the biggest word, whatever. So she's going through different words. It's just her. And she says, Mr. B, would you be mad if I spelled the word douchebag in the veto comp? Silence. Nothing. All right, so she starts counting the letters. And then she says, what about fuckwad? Because you know Cameron's also a fuckwad. Silence. She starts counting the letters, and production said, don't even think about it. I thought that was the funniest thing. Production's got a good sense of humor this year, because they're actually talking back and interacting some with the house guests when they do stuff like that. Felicia's the one that started this Mr. B. I guess it's supposed to be for Big Brother. So she started calling the one that makes the sounds behind the keyboard Mr. B. So everybody in the house is now calling production Mr. B. I told you Cam's mad because he has to wear the pig punishment. But it's part of the game. So Kim and Jared are talking. Kim says, step one, we got a plan here. Step one is you got to convince everybody in the house that you're not going to use the veto. That you're going to keep noms the same. And Cam said, if Felicia thinks that she's sitting on the block, she's going to lose her mind. And she's going to start spilling tea. And she's going to start telling us whatever we need to know to keep her safe for the week. Step two, you take Felicia off the block. And Jared starts saying the F word quite frequently. I don't know, bro. Really, bro? You know. And he said, hear me out. She's already thrown dirt on everybody else. So you're the only one that's going to have anything to do with her. So you got her there. He says, step three, I put Sari next to Izzy. And I knew it. I told you guys he was going after Sari. He was not going after Jag. He was not going after Blue. He was going after Sari. Now, Jared's keeping a good, steady pace. He's not letting on that in his head, he's probably thinking, to hell no. You're trying to put my mama out the house. But he held it together. He didn't show any signs of freaking out that Cameron caught on to. And then Cam says, Sari would be on an island. How poetic would that be? And Jared said, how can you be sure that these idiots won't vote out Sari? Cam's still trying to play it off as though Izzy's the one that he wants out. And that if he puts Sari next to Izzy, everybody will vote Izzy out instead of Sari. And Jared said, how can you be sure that these idiots won't vote out Sari? And Cam says, because the temperature of the house. And Jared said, dude, what freaking thermometer, except he said the other word, are you using? Because my thermometer don't say that. And Cameron says, all right, well, we can either do that or we can leave it the same. You decide what you want to do. It's your veto. I'm not going to move ahead with anything unless you're a part of it. So if you're not a part of it, then we just stay the course. Noms stay the same. Izzy goes home. And then Jared says, how do we fill this out though, man? Just by talking to people. It's not like they're going to tell us the truth. So while Jared's talking, and anybody with half a brain, and I say that because I immediately saw what was going on. Jared was throwing everybody in that house under the bus except for Sari. In a matter of 15 minutes, he done thrown Corey under the bus. He done thrown America, Jag, Mimi, Matt, all trying to defend why he doesn't want to put up Sari. Cameron never caught on to it. He actually does trust Jared, which I think will be his downfall. Jared, and as much as I hate Jared and he's an asshole, I keep saying hate. I shouldn't say hate. Dislike. As much as I dislike Cameron or Jared, he is an asshole. But he is playing the game. He has got everybody in that house telling him, except for Jag, what's going on. None of them are, he's not a sight on anybody's radar at the moment, which is unbelievable to me. But it is what it is. Right now, everybody's sights are set on Izzy, Sari, and Felicia, because they feel like Sari's running that side of the house. Izzy and Felicia are her number one and her number two, and that they're running everything. That's the talk of the house right now. Jag has turned on Sari. Now remember, when Matt told Sari that he had the power, he didn't tell anybody else. He told Jag the day of that he was going to use the power to save him, but that nobody knew except for him and Sari. Well, then Jared came up to him and said something because Sari had told Jared. So Jared basically threw his mother under the bus without realizing he was doing it. And so now Jag doesn't trust Sari. He knows that she told Jared, doesn't know what that relationship is, but he does know that Sari can't be trusted with the secret. So she's on Jag's radar as well. And while all this is going on, Sari is attached to Felicia with this tandem kayak thing. He can't even go talk to Sari and tell Sari what's going on. Nobody can talk game with Sari because Felicia's right there. So, while she's tied to Felicia, Jared's trying to do the best he can to hold everything together. Izzy too. It's just hilarious to watch. After they get through talking, Jared leaves the room. Cameron goes to the bathroom, walks over to the sink. And I didn't even catch it because I was kind of half-assed paying attention. And he goes to start to walk out of the HOH room. And Big Brother says, "Seriously, Cameron, you don't wash your hands?" They called him out in front of the whole house. I was like, oh my God, how embarrassing is that? So Matt got his punishment. He thought it was a reward. He thought he was going to go get to hang out with Josh. Come to find out, it's a cardboard cutout of Josh. And he is in this camper onesie, like the checkered onesie that you would see at Christmas or something, the red and the blue. And he's got on his hat that's got the 2 beer coolers, and then it's got flaps that come down over his ears, and he's got the vest on, like he's out camping. He's got a camera around his neck, and every time Big Brother asked, he has to go take a picture with someone with Josh. So whatever Big Brother tells him to do, go to the HOH room and take a picture with the head of household. Go to the have-not room and take a picture with whoever's in there. Whatever the case may be. So then back downstairs, there's this big board where he goes and pins all the pictures to that he's taken with Josh and everyone. Oh, in my notes, I put he looked like a redneck camper. I'm from Texas, I can say that. I'm a redneck myself. But that's what he sounded, or what he looks like, is a redneck camper. That's all I could think to compare it to at the moment. Alright, so Matt and Cameron meet, and Cam asks him if he wants to know what the plan is or he wants to be left out. And Matt said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, do you want to know what the plan is? Because I would like you to be on board with us. But also, if you don't know what the plan is and you want us to proceed without you knowing, then you have plausible deniability." And Matt said, "Well, yeah, I do. They do tend to pin me down a lot with a lot of questions." So basically, Matt was saying, "Don't tell me." So Cam says, "Okay, well, let's do it this way. I'm going to give you a bunch of scenarios. And I want you to tell me who you would vote out in each scenario." All right. And Cam said, "Okay, Felicia or Izzy, who would you vote out?" Matt says, "Felicia." Jag or Felicia? Matt says, "Felicia." Jag or Izzy? Matt says, "Jag." Blue or Felicia? Matt says, "Felicia." Felicia or Sari? Matt says, "Felicia." Sari or Izzy? Matt said, "Izzy." So Matt figures from what he's saying is that he wants to put Sari on the block. So he goes straight downstairs and goes to talk to Jared. And Jared said, "Don't worry about it. I'm not using it." he can think what he wants, but I'm not using the veto. He said, but don't tell anybody because I'm going to be telling everyone whatever. But don't tell them I said that, but I'm not using it. So Jared starts talking to Matt and telling him not to trust Jag. Cameron told Jared that he made a deal with Jag for safety for next week. Now, Jag has not said anything about this to Blue, has not said anything about this to anyone in their 7 deadly sins or whatever the hell, if that alliance even still exists. Jared has said nothing. Jag has said nothing to no one. But remember, Cameron said, if one word of this conversation comes back to me, it's a different story. So Jag has taken him at his word. Jag has not told anybody. But Cameron did tell Jared. So then Jared told Blue. He told Matt. He told Sari. He told everybody that Jag is making deals with Cameron and not telling anybody. So he is on a one-man crusade to get Jag the hell out of the house. He don't trust him. He wants him gone. That's it. Jag is talking to Blue. And he's telling her, don't trust Sari. Because she told Jared about Matt's power. Now remember, Sari is the one that got Matt to use the power on Jared to save him. On Jag to save him. But Jag turned against her, therefore she's going to go after him. It's a mess. I think right now, Mimi's name is the only one not being thrown around. Everybody else's name in that house is getting thrown around by somebody at this point, except for Mimi. And it seems as if whatever Jared has told Matt and Blue seems to be working, because now they're talking in the have-not room, and they're talking about not trusting Jag. Blue's saying, I know for a fact that he lied to me to my face. I can't trust him anymore. It's over. It's done. Yada. He doesn't know how close me and you are. Yada, yada, yada. So both of them, Matt and Blue, are turning against Jag at this point. Alright, so we get to the veto ceremony. And as I suspected, Jared did not use the veto because he didn't want his mom going up on the block. So Cameron is dead set that it's going to be Izzy. That Izzy's going to be the one going home. Nobody's going to vote for Felicia out. He's probably going to be surprised come Thursday. And I don't know why, but he's going to be surprised come Thursday, I believe. So he goes up to talk to Cameron after the ceremony. And Cameron said, okay, you want to see how this is played? And Jared's like, what you got? And he's like, well, I'm pissed at you because you didn't use the veto. Jared said, what do you mean? He said, I'm mad at you. You ruined my backdoor plan. And Jared's like, you talking about with Sari? And he's like, no, dude. He's like, where are you going to play off to everybody? Is that I'm pissed off at you because you ruined my backdoor plan, because my backdoor plan was Blue. And I was going to split you guys up, and now I can't. So you're going to let everybody in the house know that I'm pissed off at you. And Jared's like, all right, well, that'll give us some separation. That'll be a good thing, And Cameron said, yeah. He said, because they're going to come talk to you, and they're going to tell you stuff. And we can keep each other safe. He's something else. Something else. So, I got that going on. Alright, guys. this whole America thing again. I know I said my piece, and a lot of people agreed with me and didn't agree with me, and don't really care because it's my opinion. I think the stuff with America and Cameron is horseshit, and for any woman to use that and say, oh, he made me uncomfortable, oh, you know, which some of the shit he said made me uncomfortable. However, she is going back up in his room, flouncing down on the couch with him, wherever, giving him big old hugs and batting her eyes and doing that flirtatious smile shit that she does. And to me, that's not, that discredits women who are actually being sexually harassed. Period. I don't like her. I want her ass gone. The sooner the better. I don't respect that kind of gameplay. She goes up to talk to Cameron. And she's telling Cameron it's going to be Felicia. Corey goes up there at one point and talks to Cameron. It's going to be Felicia. Jared tells Cameron it's going to be Felicia. Bowie tells Cameron it's going to be Felicia. Cameron still doesn't believe it's going to be Felicia going home on Thursday night. He is dead set that it's going to be Izzy, that they're idiots not to get rid of her because she is the stronger threat, which is true. However, all she needs is 5 votes. For sure, she has Suri and Jared. She has Matt. Mimi can go either way. She would need Corey in America. Because no way Bowie's going to vote against what Cameron wants. So I think Bowie's going to vote Izzy out. I think America's going to vote Izzy out. Cameron doesn't get a vote. I don't know. I think it's going to be Felicia. I think Felicia's going to go. I'm trying to do the numbers. It's Suri and Jared blue for Izzy to vote Felicia out. And then you've got Jag, America, and Bowie over here. Who's left? Corey and Matt. So if Corey and Matt vote to keep Izzy, then she'll stay. If Corey and Matt go over here and decide to vote out Izzy, then she will leave. Yeah, I think that's how that will go. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they turn on Izzy, but I don't see that happening. She has really good relationships with everybody in the house, just about. And Felicia's pissed a lot of people off the last couple of weeks. But Cameron and America are talking about Izzy and how stupid that everybody's going to be if they don't vote her out. And America said, every time I say something about Izzy, it gets back to her. And she said, and just like when I say something that I told you, it come back to me. And Cameron said, all right, what came back to you? And she said something to the effect of something about Izzy. And Cameron said, all right, well, I know exactly who told you that because I've been giving each person in this house a different scenario of somebody said something to see what gets back to me, to see who's talking. And that came from Izzy. I can tell you who that came from. And America said, yes. And he said, okay. He said, I'm going to tell you, I've been in the room all those times that you think I've been saying your name. He said, I've been in the room hearing your name being said by them. Not by me, by them. So he's trying to convince America and Corey to work with him. I don't think Corey's buying it. I don't know. He told Felicia that he was going to vote for the one he had the best connection with. Now, whatever the hell that means, I don't know. Him and Izzy are together all the time. So, we'll see. Sari and Felicia are finally free. They are done with their punishment. They are not tethered together anymore. And Sari goes right to work. Her and Izzy are upstairs in the have-not. And Izzy's filling her in on everything. Saying that Jag said that he didn't trust her and Sari. And Sari said, F him. F him. I saved his ass and now he thinks he's done with me. No, he doesn't get to be done with me like that. I'm done with him. And she goes off on this tangent. You can tell that she's been tied to Felicia for 2 days and hasn't been able to talk game. That she's on slop and she's very cranky. She is tearing everyone apart. She's bitching about Jag. Who else was she bitching about? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Bowie. She's bitching about Bowie, Felicia, Jag, Cameron. You name it. She's just going off. And she's like, okay, we got to get to work now because Felicia's out there making her rounds. So, Sari is going to campaign on Izzy's behalf to make sure that they have 5 votes. Izzy said, I don't even care if it's unanimous. I'm not worried about that. I just want 5 votes. 5 votes to keep me safe, and I don't care about the rest of it. So, that catches you guys up on everything that's happened since Thursday night's, or no, sorry, since Sunday night's nomination ceremony. It's probably going to be a wild day tomorrow because, tomorrow on Wednesday, because this house likes to flip-flop. I can see them going back and forth on Izzy and Felicia, and where they land, I have no clue. No clue. This is going to be, it's going to be a good week. And next week, I think is even going to be a better week because Cameron cannot win HOH. I want him gone too. I don't know if I want him gone or America gone first. I think I want America gone first. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. Y'all like my veto? And my HOH? I just figured I'd get it all in together. So, leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about what's going on. If you're catching this after Wednesday night show, let me know if you're watching it before or after. I kind of like to know who likes the spoilers and who doesn't in case I'm talking about something. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything I have coming up. And I will see you guys probably Wednesday night. I'll do another video. I'll combine Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm trying to get a schedule down now that I have my jewelry, that I go live and do that on TikTok on Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Something like that. Anyway, I'm trying to get a schedule worked out. So, I will see you guys, and until next time, as always, much love.